He was a chief medical officer who actually created some of the drugs that you use. And has anyone ever heard of Zoloft? Has anyone ever heard of Z-Pack? Fast-acting Viagra, right? So this gentleman right here is responsible because he was a head pharmaceuticals at Pfizer for many, many years. And it's amazing the things he's done, and he is literally a god in his community for drugs. And this young lady has a little bit different perspective. In fact, she's got a major lawsuit against Pfizer for the drug Zoloft because her husband took his own life, and she feels that that is what was responsible for it. And I said, hey, you know what? You're just going to be having an interesting conversation right now. But the most important thing is you're so civil about the conversations. So real quick, I'd like to hear your perspective.
So my name's Kim Witzak. I call myself the accidental advocate. My husband, 22 years ago, had just started his dream job at a startup company, went to the doctor and was having trouble sleeping. They gave him a 3-week sample pack of Zoloft. I happened to be out of the country. I wasn't there when he got put on it. The total of 5 weeks later, my husband, I hadn't heard from him. I was out of town, my busy time at work. I get a call from I call my dad. Hey, Dad, do me a favor. I haven't heard from Woody all day. Go and see if he fell. I think he maybe hit his head. He's been tired, not sleeping. He went over there, and I got the call that forever changed the trajectory of my life. My dad called and said, he's dead. And I'm like, what do you mean he's dead? And he's like, he's dead. And I'm like, what? Like, well, how do you know? And goes, he's hanging. And in that 1 second, my whole life intuitively felt, everything blew up. But that night, the coroner asked me one simple question. Was he taking any medication? And the only medication he was on was Zoloft. And the front page of our newspaper had an article that said the UK finds link between antidepressants and suicide in teens. And so intuitively, I knew, we knew nothing. There were no warnings then. So that became literally my mission. And it was a God-given mission. So I really appreciate the last speaker this was the purpose. And what I chose to do, and it was to just go get black box warnings, because it can happen to somebody like Woody, and it's a drug that a lot of people take. Black box warning is the most serious FDA warning that you can get. It means that there's death associated with potentially with that drug or that class of drugs. And so when I got involved, I didn't know that the FDA had hearings in 1991, and almost everyone on that committee did nothing. Now, fast forward to today, I now sit on that FDA committee representing the average person, the everyday person. So making sure that safety is a part of conversations, because we need drugs and we also need safe drugs.